What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Cope Rides YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my new to me motorcycle. Now this thing is the biggest, the baddest, the craziest thing you've ever seen on the road. So let's get right into the video. So if you couldn't tell by the little edit I made together there, I bought myself a 2023 Kawasaki Z125. Now, I may have lied to you guys a little bit. This is definitely not the biggest, baddest bike on the road, but it is still pretty freaking awesome. A little bit about the bike though. I am the second owner. So the original owner put this eBay exhaust on it, and I assume also eBay tail tidy, but you know, happy I didn't have to do it. I do kind of wish I still had the factory exhaust for it, because I hear that aftermarket exhaust for the Zs actually make less horsepower, but it is what it is. I asked him for it, he didn't have it. Only thing I've done to it is change the oil, but definitely he beat on it some. Got this tear in the seat. I'm assuming he was probably standing on it and doing wheelies. Definitely drug the ground there, and was also dumped on this side. But to be fair, that's kind of expected with these mini bikes. These things get rode pretty hard and put away wet, but all things considered, I think it's a pretty clean bike. Now, I have actually had this bike for a little while now. I bought it, I think, in late 2024. Didn't even really end up getting it legalized until like mid-2025, because, well, that's just how life goes sometimes. But I bought it with 300 miles on it for $2,000. It was still under warranty, actually, whenever I bought it. I've got it up to about 600 now, and honestly, I've had a blast with this thing. It is just so fun to rip around downtown and jump, wheelie, stoppy, just whatever you want to do with this thing, it'll take it. And that's really the main reason I bought it. I just wanted something that I wasn't as worried about to thrash on, because it is much less of an investment than my Harley. Peep the new exhaust. But I wanted something to get back into that stunt riding kind of aspect. If you watch some of my older videos, I actually used to ride dirt bikes, and well, they turned into a towel. So I no longer ride on the dirt, but I wanted that same carefree attitude ride that you used to get with dirt bikes. And you know, if you dump it, it is what it is. Like, obviously you don't freaking want to, but cheap to fix and not a huge deal if you do. But why did I choose the Kawasaki over the Honda Grom or like the Papio, or I think SSR even makes one now? But honestly, the main reason I got this one is because I thought it was a good deal. $2,000, under 500 miles, basically new, I guess. But you know, I got lucky enough. I was able to ride a first generation Grom. I got to ride one of the newer 5-speed Groms, and I had a buddy that has a 19 Z125, got to ride his too. And to be completely honest, I could tell zero difference in any of them. I mean, the Grom makes like one more horsepower. I think they both make like 9 or 10, but honest to God, it's going to come down to rider weight with these things. I mean, they are dreadfully slow, but that's not what you're buying it for. You're buying it to be a goofball. Now, one thing I will say about the Kawasaki compared to the Grom is I honestly kind of like the seating position better on the Kawasaki. You're more in like a sports stance compared to the Grom, where it's a lot like a small trail dirt bike, if that kind of makes sense, if you've ever been on one of those. But these have almost like a rear set. I think they even call them rear sets. I don't know, but the Grom definitely has more of a trail bike peg style, and on the Cowie you're kind of more pitched over, while the Grom you're sitting more straight up, and I just kind of liked it better. I also hear that the Kawasaki has more legroom if you're a taller guy, which I don't have that issue personally, but if you are taller, I hear that the Kawasaki is better for taller guys. Moving on though, if you're picking one of these up and you don't know which one you want, the Honda or the Cowie, honestly, just pick up whichever one you think looks the best. Like, personally, I like the 18 Grom. I think it's the second generation of them, but this one, I think it still looks great, and I've noticed that the Kawasaki's normally have a cheaper price on the used market compared to the Groms. So if you're like me and don't really care, just pick up whichever one you find the best deal on, which is what I did. So I promise you can have as much fun on the Grom as you will the Cowie, or the Cowie as you will on the Grom. But if you guys already have one of these and you know more about the wheeling and stuff like that for them, feel free to let me know in the comments what I should do to this thing to make it better for doing that. I assume it has a lot to do with gearing and stuff. I'm on factory gearing. This thing will run about 65, I think is the fastest I've had it. But I've heard like doing clutches and stuff like that to be able to wheelie it easier. So if you have any recommendations, feel free to let me know. That way I can do them to this thing. Also, if you have any video ideas with it, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I'm excited for some warm weather because obviously it is not quite riding weather. So I can make some videos for you guys, and I think that's gonna wrap it up. So hit that like and subscribe button so you can see me actually freaking ride this thing next time. Later, guys.